Now then, people, it's Joe, All Leeds TV, and it is time for your Leeds versus Arsenal post-match chat. Before we begin, please smash a like on the video, please share, please subscribe, and let me say thank you to everyone that watched the watch-along last night. I didn't do the post-match immediately after. I was absolutely beat, but I'm giving it you fresh, raw this morning. So, on the game itself, I thought Leeds United first half were absolutely fantastic. I've seen a lot of stuff coming out in the press, all over media really, social media, just how good Leeds United were, just how ready Leeds United are for the Premier League. Yes, we lost the game. Did we deserve to lose? Probably not, no. But I think for me it was the ideal scenario for Leeds. We're out of the cup. Yes, we'd have liked to progress, but listen, our bread and butter is the league. We lost 1-0. I wouldn't have wanted a draw. Don't want to take them back to Ellen Road. We either win or we lose. We've lost the game, but we haven't disgraced ourselves. The main thing for me is we've shown the rest of England that Leeds are ready and prime for the Premier. You know, I've got lots of mates that were texting me going, wow, this Leeds United side are unreal. Let's not kid ourselves. We are a big club, but a lot of focus is on the Premier League. You've got mates that support teams in the Premier League. I had Scum fans texting me last night, saying just how brilliant Leeds United were, just how ready they are. So a lot of people, they hear it from me, they hear it from you all the time, saying, oh, it's our time, we're going to get in the Premier League this time. And it's like, oh yeah, again, Joe, I've heard it before. But last night they've seen just how good this Leeds United side are. Everything that we are shouting about in terms of Bielsa, this team, this squad, how well we play, was shown last night. Arsenal fans will tell you that. I mean, that first half, we were absolutely unreal. Arsenal could not live with us. I think they showed up, they probably thought, look, we don't need to be at our best, but Leeds United soon rectified that. I mean, there was chances aplenty in that first half. Thought, big shout out Matthias Klick, who was doing the watch along. He was on fire. He was breaking up play all the time in that first half, nicking balls off their centre-backs, just on their centre-backs while we're chatting about them. I thought David Luiz playing hospital passes left, right and centre. Rob Holding, how is he at Arsenal is beyond me. I thought he was absolutely shocking. Just didn't do anything right, in my opinion. Maybe made a last-ditch challenge for Harrison on one of the chances, but other than that, some of his passing out from the back was absolutely shocking. I thought defensively, they looked very, very shaky in that first half. If it weren't for Martinez in goal, we could have been 2 or 3 up. I genuinely believe that. Obviously, Bamford hit the post. Harrison had a couple of chances. Alioski was absolutely fantastic on that left-hand side. I thought both him and Harrison on the wings. Harrison looked better on the right for me. I don't know what you guys think. I thought when Costa came on, he didn't really get into it much and made a few daft challenges. On challenges, by the way, how does Xhaka not get a yellow card? Absolutely fuming yesterday in the watch along. He must have totted up 3, 4, 5 challenges, no yellow card. Klick gets one back on him in the second half, which I was absolutely buzzing for because he deserved it. But that's what Xhaka's good at, I guess. The players are getting frustrated. Klick's gone in, give him a bit, and he gets a yellow card. But there was no consistency there from the referee, in my opinion, because Xhaka definitely should have seen a yellow before that. In terms of Arsenal in that first half, as I say, they didn't really get going. I was impressed by Guendouzi. He was the one that was always foiling. The opportunities when we were in the box, he was the one making the last ditch. He was the one trying to break it up. Really impressed with Guendouzi. I was impressed with the scorer of Arsenal, Reece Nelson, as well. I thought he looked bright in that first half. Ben White did an absolute job on Lacazette in the first half, just following him. I remember watching the game and he was in, up on the halfway line on his, on Lacazette's back. KP had Ozil in his back pocket. Was Ozil even playing? I believe he had the fewest touches of any player on the pitch. Watching the game, I was saying he ain't up for this. KP will boss him all day, and KP showed that he's Premiership ready for me, bossing the players of the ilk of Ozil. I mean, the full squad did, the full team did. Big shout out Robbie Gotts on his debut. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. Didn't look out of place. He had that opportunity where he tried to lift it over Martinez. Maybe should have just put his laces through it. But I thought Robbie Gotts did exceptionally well, especially debut against such a big club in Arsenal in the FA Cup. Meslier, no worries with Kiko being out now. I know we were all a little bit worried, but his distribution was on point. He was absolutely fantastic yesterday. He wasn't at fault for the goal either, but his distribution was second to none. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And all we need to do is transform that performance onto Saturday, and we beat Sheffield Wednesday. We beat them comfortably. You know what I mean? Let's not let this go to our heads like we've done in the past whenever we've done well in the Cup. Yes, we've been knocked out, but the performance speaks for itself. That we're getting a lot of plaudits from the media. Don't let it go to your head. Make sure you're game ready. And on Sheffield Wednesday, we beat them at Ellen Road on Saturday. Fingers crossed. Second half comes around then. As I say, this is raw. I haven't made any notes. I might miss bits out. But second half, Arteta put a rocket up Arsenal's arse. You have to say that. I think Lacazette came out after the game as well and said, he just did a lot of shouting. But you can understand why, because they were really not at the races. But we forced them into that. It's not that they were, we forced them into them mistakes. The likes of Louise, Holding, Ozil, Lacazette, not really keeping hold of the ball, always getting nicked in front of by the likes of Click, etc. We forced them into that mistakes, but in the second half, it really was a tale of two halves. I think in the first half, we had 13, maybe 15 shots to their 3. It was total flipped on its head in the second half. We had 3 shots, they had 15, 18, I'm not quite sure. I don't have the stats in front of me, but it really was a tale of two halves. Lacazette was much better in the second half. I thought Pepe came into it as well. Barry Douglas did a good job on him, but towards this, in the second half, Pepe did get the better of him for me. I think it was Barry Douglas that when they scored, he came to challenge Pepe, and Pepe got round him when he really shouldn't have. In all honesty, he was in a position where if I put him on the deck, which I believe he tried to do, or at least defend it, but Pepe gets round him. Look, when he gets into that dangerous position, he's looking to pull it back to Lacazette, and when he does, Berardi makes the right thing, puts the challenge there, because if it gets pulled back to Lacazette, it's going in the back of the net. However, Berardi gets a challenge on it, falls to Reece Nelson, and look, Meslier gets a hand on it, but it's in the back of the net, and it's 1-0 to the Arsenal. Did they deserve it at the time? No, not for me, but they continued to just get better and better in that second half, and it really was a tale of two halves. But look, we've got to be proud. We've got to be proud. It's the ideal scenario for me. I've said earlier and I'll say it again. We've gone to the Emirates. We've put up a mint performance. We've lost the game. We're out of the Cup. All focus is on the league now. I'm not saying I want Leeds United to lose game, but it's the ideal scenario. We can now focus on our bread and butter, the league, and get ready for the Prem, because we're coming. And hopefully teams looking at that, will think, we're Premiership ready. We are. You have to believe that. Because we showed it last night. On the watch along, people are saying in the comments, we're going to get spanked. Have you seen their team? Which, by the way, was very, very strong. Very, very strong. Lacazette, Pepe, Xhaka was in there, Guendouzi, even at the back. I know I've lambasted them, but they've got some decent players at the back as well. Kolasinac, who's an absolute beast. There was a little coming together at one point between Berardi and Kolasinac. I'm taking Berardi all day. We know Kolasinac likes a battle, but I'm taking Berardi all day. But yeah, man, it's a great performance against a very, very strong Arsenal side, and you've got to be happy with that. We move now on to Sheffield Wednesday, and hopefully 3 points on the weekend. But I just want to say massive well done to the lads. Great support as always. As you can imagine, we took over the South, I think on Arsenal Fan TV, for example, who Connor was on as well, and we've done really well on the back of that, so thank you for that if anyone's watching this. But even they were saying how good Leeds United were and how great the support was. I think it was Cloud that said that. So look, just got to be buzzing with that. We move on now to Sheffield Wednesday. I'm rambling as per. Please make sure you leave a comment. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow the channel on all social media platforms. And I'll see you probably Thursday for your pre-match chat for Sheffield Wednesday. Have a mint day. Have a mint rest of the week. I'm talking rubbish now, so I'm going to go. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.